We often assume that bad decisions are a sign of low intelligence. We picture smart people as these hyper-rational beings, thinking things through, analyzing carefully, always making the logical choice. But real life tells a completely different story. We see it all the time. Brilliant, highly intelligent people making consistently, bafflingly bad decisions. And at first, this is just confusing, because smart people usually understand the facts. They know the consequences of their actions. After everything goes wrong, they can give you a perfect, detailed explanation of exactly what happened and why. And yet, the same mistakes repeat. So if it's not a lack of intelligence, what is it? The problem, it turns out, is something that intelligence offers no protection against. You see, intelligence is a powerful tool for reasoning, but making good decisions day in and day out depends on something else entirely: self-regulation. Smart people often fall into a specific trap. They rely on their ability to figure things out in the moment. They trust their analysis. They trust their judgment. They trust their capacity to think clearly, even when the pressure is on. That confidence is understandable, but it's also precisely where things go wrong. Research in psychology is pretty clear on this. High cognitive ability does not shield you from decision fatigue or a failure of self-control. In some cases, it actually does the opposite. Highly intelligent people are often much, much better at rationalizing. They're masters at justifying a short-term choice they know is wrong. They can explain away any inconsistency. In other words, their intelligence becomes a tool that makes a bad decision feel perfectly reasonable. This leads to a fundamental misunderstanding of the problem. When a smart person fails, they tend to assume they just made a rare exception, a one-off mistake. But a pattern of repeated exceptions is not an accident. It's a sign that your decision-making faculty is being overused. The issue isn't that you're thinking poorly, it's that you're relying on thinking in a situation what you really need is structure. Because consistent, disciplined behavior doesn't come from better reasoning in a crisis, it comes from making fewer decisions in the first place. Think about the most disciplined people you know. They don't depend on being smart under fire. They do the work beforehand. They reduce their choices. They set firm rules in advance. They design their environment so that the good decision is the easy decision. It's the default. That's an approach that protects everyone, smart or not. Intelligence is valuable, of course, but it doesn't guarantee good decisions. True discipline doesn't come from thinking harder. It comes from thinking earlier, from designing your behavior long before the moment of pressure ever arrives. That's why the smartest people in the world still make terrible choices, and it's why, in the end, structure matters so much more than intellect.